Come on in the room. Bucks finished the preseason. It's a 116-112 loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder, but it's a win. It's a preseason. It's a win because nobody is injured. Fun times here. Come on in the room. We are live. It's the Cream City crossover. Google Translator.
Chris King.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm having audio problems, Justin. But I know that he's there. Good stuff, man. I always forget to say it. Doc is our doctor. He writes our scripts. He gives us our medicine in our room. Now I say we're alive. Okay, now I messed it up again. I'm not gonna go all the way through it. 116-112 Oklahoma City Thunder get the dub over the Milwaukee Bucks. It's preseason for me too. Come on in the room, join us. Appreciate it. With another preseason edition of the Cream City crossover. For me, of course, you can get at us on Twitter. Get at me on Twitter. I have a new Twitter because I got iced out. It's now TCIII Guru ESQ. Follow me there. And you can leave comments there and leave comments on YouTube as well. So we'll be in the chat doing everything that we do. Again, a fun one tonight. Bucks lose 116-112. Let's do it. A game recap tonight for your Milwaukee Bucks. Kevin Porter Jr. 15 and 4 assists. Gary Trent Jr. 11 points, 1 board. 9 and 8 for Bobby Portis. 16, 7 and 4 for Giannis. 3 points, 5 boards, 2 assists for AJ Green. It was Ryan Rollins who looked really good, 13 and 2. He left the game with some stitches over the eye. Kyle Kuzma, rough shooting night. I thought everything else was okay. 7 boards, 4 assists, 5 points. He was 2 for 10. He was a +5, though. I heard that's what all people care about is plus minus. So if you care about that, there you go. Jericho Sims, 2 points, 3 boards, 2 assists. And Torian Prince, 3 points, 3 boards. And then your boy, I'm starting it up. I know we like to say Bobby Portis gets in those 6-man of the year conversations. Cole Anthony. 21 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. He was all over the floor tonight. Really good for the Milwaukee Bucks. Amir Coffey at 4 points. And then you have a host of others that got in on the action. On the OKC side of things, nobody can stop Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 23, 6 assists. Hartenstein, 13 and 8. Caruso had 9 points. Dort had 8 points. And then, of course, you had the host of backups for the Oklahoma City Thunder who did their thing en route to a 116-112 victory over the Milwaukee Bucks. I'll tell you this, man, and again, we'll get to the chat in a second, but I'll tell you this. I was impressed by the Milwaukee Bucks overall from the preseason. I was impressed tonight with what I saw. There is an overarching question that I'll get to later. But again, no Miles Turner tonight. He had a calf issue. That's why he did not dress and did not play. Bucks started off, I thought was rough, but after they got off to a rough start, seemed like they settled in their groove a little bit. And again, what I like, they finished off shooting 40% from 3. They took 45 threes tonight, finished 18 of 45. Chris, you were talking about while we were texting too during the game, the amount of 3-point shots this team gets up. I mean, AJ Green's going to have a big year. Gary Trent Jr. is going to have a big year. Kevin Porter Jr. shooting threes. All these guys, Miles Turner, all these guys have big years because the Milwaukee Bucks are committed to shooting the 3 ball. Again, tonight, it's a preseason, so it goes a lot of different ways. I thought defensively Bobby Portis was an issue. But again, that's the point. We'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, what I got out of this, though, is I really like the youth, athleticism, energy from this Milwaukee Bucks team. That's what they committed to. That's what they look like now. They're going to jack up a lot of threes, which I think they need to do. And they're going to put them on the list of teams that will go out and potentially play some full court press defensively. Right? Put them on the list of teams that's going to go out there and be active. Now, again, what you don't have is that defensive stalwart, that guy that you can just say, hey, I'm going to put you on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and lock you up. Cade Cunningham, we saw against Detroit, lock you up. We don't have that guy. That's a problem. But outside that, I was impressed. I did see Giannis locked up, SGA for that one possession, which was really fun to see those two go at it. But bench-wise, Ryan Rollins, Cole Anthony. I thought Sims looked a lot better tonight. Ryan Rollins and Cole Anthony look like a very nice depth. Very nice depth from a guard position standpoint from the Bucks bench. And then you had to clean up the turnovers. Though 4 turnovers for Kevin Porter Jr., 3 from Bobby Portis, who was starting tonight. That's 7 turnovers there. The guard play was handling the ball was a little rough. But again, I thought they played well. It's the preseason. It's going to be a good team. Again, I do have some questions about them when Giannis is now on the floor for extended periods. But overall, against OKC, who I thought played hard in that first half, like they wanted to win. Like they weren't just going through the motions. That's a good, young, hard-fought basketball team. I was impressed with how Milwaukee looked, and I think it's going to be a fun year for the Bucks. That's what I saw. What'd you see?
Yeah, I felt good about how the Bucks showed up tonight. Certainly, I thought the energy and effort was there for the most part in that first half. A couple of issues were with kind of basically just the rebounding and then the perimeter defense by the guards. I felt that OKC was pretty much getting whatever they wanted with their guards, and that is ultimately why the Bucks fell to such a deficit in that first quarter, ended up coming back and stuff. But yeah, the perimeter defense was just not good, and I don't know if you chalk that up to maybe just preseason or if it's, if that's a bigger issue there. But a couple of positives I saw. Look, KPJ actually firing when he catches the ball on the perimeter. I like that. We know he's a wild card. I know he had couple turnovers today, but it just seems that good things happen when he has some space and he just doesn't think about it and he shoots a 3. And you saw him get hot for a little bit in that first half. And I think that's what he can be, as long as we can kind of tame the wild card stuff that he does with the ball in his hands. I think he's going to be a really good piece as a starter. And then, yeah, Trey, like I saw exactly what you saw with Cole Anthony. The spark that he provides off of the bench is going to be something that the Bucks haven't seen in a long time. Somebody who's capable, somebody who defends well. I think that's good. I think the first issue that we had in the first half was also rebounding. And some of that gets fixed when you immediately insert Miles Turner back in that starting lineup. So I'm not going to be too pressed about that. I mean, whether Miles Turner has 10 rebounds, 15 rebounds, or 5 rebounds, he still has that big presence that OKC seems to have with Hartenstein in there as well. So and when they have Chet in there, I know he didn't play tonight. So I think some of that will be fixed. Yeah, I thought Bobby was bad. I thought a lot of open missed shots from him, a lot of open missed shots from other guys that just had open looks at it. AJ Green comes to mind. But at the end of the day, those looks are going to be there, and that's why I liked what I saw with how many threes they were able to get up. So, yeah, overall, I thought it's just an okay game, okay effort. Glad to see nobody got hurt. And then some positives like the depth. I think the depth is something that is very apparent. Like, you have guys up and down that lineup that, and they're going to be faced with some tough decisions on what they do with these spots, because guys are showing bright spots. Guys are playing hard, and so we need to keep the right guys on this roster. But, yeah, I thought the depth was apparent as well. So, overall, pretty good.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. So, we got our first Doc press conference of the year.
There we go. Hey.
It's about 25 seconds. So he just said that Miles' calf was soreness. It's nothing major. He's looking for a hell of a week of practice from Miles. Gary Harris may be out a couple of weeks with that hamstring injury, though. They said in the first half we shot 55% from the field, 50% from the three-point line. But what let OKC back in that game was too much sloppy ball handling, too many costly turnovers, just absolutely careless. Just talked about the defense in the first couple of games, said that we did not bring that same intensity tonight. I thought SGA is a monster. He showed why he's a monster. I wasn't really too concerned with anything, man. It's practice. Just go out there, get a sweat. Let's get ready for Wednesday when Chris Middleton and those guys come to town. And let's start the B2A campaign then. But I do like Cole Anthony, like both of you gentlemen shared. I thought that Cole Anthony brought the Orlando Magic a lot of that intensity when he first came into the league. We're seeing a little bit of how he played when he was at Carolina. So excited to see what this season can entail. And, man, I'm ready to get to it, man.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think, Doc hit the nail on the head. Turnovers, it's going to be the biggest thing when you look at those guards. What do they look like? And are you going to be able to handle the ball? And I think that's what I'm looking at from an offensive perspective. King says the boys are back. Io says he who must not be named struck again. Come on, man. 5 points. He says Io says Andre Jackson did not improve his offensive game not one bit. He lost some strength. James John says Bucks need to go out and get a guy like Keegan Murray. I know he's hurt. Once he's healthy, he's the perfect piece. Probably will cost the 2021 first, 2032, 2031 first, 2032, but he'd be worth it. Let's see, and then Seth the man says Kuzma been looking good off the bench. Honestly, right now, would rather have BP get traded right now, honestly. And then Io says Ajax might need to go. And that's where I want to stop at right there on Seth the man saying Kuzma's been looking good off the bench. Honestly, would rather have BP get traded right now. This is a simple question that I have. It was one of the questions I posed during the game as I was watching it. And I know that Bobby Portis was in for Miles Turner, obviously. So Miles Turner would be your starting 5 there, and that's how you would play it. My question to both of you, I want to just figure this out and where we are. Does Bobby Portis fit this basketball team? Does Bobby Portis fit the mold of what this basketball team is? Like this team, what they are trying to accomplish, what they're trying to do is what they have done is they've got younger, they've got faster, they've got more athletic, and that's what they're and from a defensive standpoint and an offensive standpoint, that's what they're looking to put around and surround Giannis with. When I see Bobby Portis, he does not fit the mold of any of that. Again, it goes back to Chris Middleton, great player, doesn't fit the mold anymore of this is what the Milwaukee Bucks are looking for. Damian Lillard, great player, doesn't fit the mold really of what the Milwaukee Bucks are trying to do and maybe what complements Giannis the most here. That's what I'm seeing when I look at Bobby Portis. And I don't know if you noticed it, but the first 5 minutes of that basketball game, the Bucks were outclassed. They looked as bad as you could look in a lot of different areas. And Bobby took a seat, and immediately that everything flipped for the Bucks. Bucks went on a run and looked much better, much more comfortable. So I guess that's my question to you guys is, will we see that throughout the season that Bobby Portis is a guy who just, again, I'm not saying that he's trash, that he's not good, that he can't play. I'm saying, does he fit what the Milwaukee Bucks are trying to put around Giannis and what they're trying to do?
Well, the short answer is no. If you watched these preseason games, you would understand that there's just been a ton of an influx in the way that we're playing athleticism wise, and Bobby just doesn't really provide that. Like, let's be honest, Bobby is not a guy who's a high flyer, not a guy who's going to run up and down the court. And then you see the defensive issues, they're pretty apparent. I mean, getting switched on screens and then just not being able to stay in front of guys. Like, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of non-aggressive rebounding. Remember what you said last year, Trey, fake rebounds. Would you call them fake rebounds?
Fake boards.
No, like you said, there's nothing to talk about with him and his skill level. I think he's a good player in this league, but there have been reoccurring issues throughout these past years. That's okay, he's a black hole on offense sometimes. Sometimes he dribbles with the ball too much and then puts up a shot and it's a one and done. Sometimes he's back to the basket, doesn't want to pass out of the post, right? That's not what this team is going to need. This team is going to need somebody who's either shooting threes or it's going to need somebody that's going to be a willing passer out of the post and an aggressive rebounder. And I'm just not sure that Bobby provides that in this moment with this team. But I mean, he is you see those games where he gets hot and he puts up a 30-piece, and it's it makes people flip-flop. But I'm going to go ahead and just say no right now from what I'm watching with this preseason team. They obviously look younger, more athletic. They look like they want to get up and down the floor, and that's just not the type of game Bobby is fit for.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree with all that. Both of y'all. First of all, I'm not putting this much stock in the 4 preseason games. We don't see the practices off the court. I mean, he clearly has a role on his team, and his role, he's not going to be your Miles Turner. He's not going to be a defensive threat, but he's going to be a guy when you need to put your back to the back and get a bucket. He can get that for you. And if you take him off of that second team, where you're going to have a Jericho Sims who will pick up that defensive slack for him, who's going to get that bucket for you? It's easier to stop a perimeter guy. Bobby keeps the defense honest on the second unit. Is Bobby going to be your starting unit, or is he going to be your best player on the floor? Absolutely not. But does he have a role? For sure. He has a mid-range game. He can hit the three ball. I mean, I don't need a guy that's going to run and jump and dunk all over the place. That's what I got Sims for. That's what I got Giannis for. That's what I got. What hopefully Kuzma will bring this year. I need Bobby just to grab those, y'all words, fake rebounds. We saw how that went when he was out, right? When he was suspended. All the fake rebounds, and we started getting out-rebounded by Jalen Brunson. So I think we should be real careful on these fake rebounds this year before we end up getting out-rebounded by Harkenstein. What's the dude I hate from Boston? The point guard?
Pritchard?
Yeah, Pritchard out-rebounding us. Like, you need Bobby.
Barnhizer tonight, so.
Yeah.
Barnhizer was balling.
You need that toughness on the team. You need that energy. And I think he brings it, because else you going to put what, Thanasis in there?
Yeah, well, I guess my kind of like counterpoint to that is just like, okay, so if Bobby's coming in with the second unit, like you essentially maybe all you need is another center and Sims in. Like maybe all you need is a guy that's going to pick, roll, go catch a lob. You don't need a mid-range game when you have a team ready to put up 45 threes a night. That's just how I may think about it if I'm looking at the way that this team played in the preseason.
Well, and I look at it too when you talk about the role and what you have. To me, you know, again, and we'll see if Ryan Rollins becomes that. But like Ryan Rollins is that guy who can go get his own shot. He can go get his own bucket right now. Cole Anthony can get his own shot and get his own bucket right now.
Rather have that from the guards than the four.
Right, you have that from those guys. And again, I think it's going to work. So you really want a defensive presence. But again, I'm with you, Justin, when you talk about, you know, what does it look like from, it's only been 4 preseason games or 3, whatever it's been. And, you know, I'm not too worried about it. I'm with you there. We'll see how this plays out. Again, I do worry about what this team will look like when Giannis is not on the floor, if he sustains some injuries. That's my big question marks for this basketball team. But yeah, tonight, no, it is what it is, and you know you keep moving. I just see Dodgers. So the Dodgers do go up 2-0 on the Brewers. There, it was the first complete game from a Dodgers pitcher in the playoffs since 2004. Man, bats just not hitting for the Brewers. So again, it's tough down 0-2. Real quick, Justin, are the Brewers, are they gonna can they? Is this gonna be a sweep? Is this what we're looking at?
I mean, unless Ohtani goes in and he just pitches absolutely terrible, I mean, that's what you're looking at. I mean, they got their $325 million worth for Yamamoto today. Yeah, they got their $323 million worth for Blake Snell. Yeah, putting a $700 million man on there, and then by the way, another $250 man. They should sweep us. And their bats are ridiculous, and they're going home. I mean, if this series comes back to Milwaukee, I'll go to a game. That's how confident I am it ain't coming.
Okay, he says not. If the series goes back to Milwaukee, he says he's going to a game. That's how confident he is. Go ahead.
The Los Angeles Dodgers are everything that's wrong with baseball. The fact that they cheat and they cheat. You finesse the system. You pay this dude $700 million. You pay this dude $300 million. You're really paying him $7.5 million for the next until he's like 60 years old. Like, it's just ridiculous. And small market teams, your Pittsburghs, your Cincinnati's, your Milwaukee's, your Tampa Bay's, your Baltimore's, those teams will never be able to compete. You're going to look at a Dodgers coming back to back. And, man, let me say. Now, I'm going to say this and I'm going to stop. Dave Roberts has the most punchable face in all of baseball. I wish Bobby would have socked him yesterday. That's what Bobby could have did for me.
Bobby wasn't even paying attention to the damn game. Bobby was on his phone the whole damn game. And then when he left, the Brewers started getting some action. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But yes, man, it's looking rough for the Brewers.
Wait 1 second.
Go ahead, Chris.
So you mentioned something that I was just paying attention to when you said that Ryan Rollins is now looking like he can create a shot. Is it just me, or did he improve his handle a little bit too?
Ryan Rollins is good.
Yeah, I mean, just the way that he's able to now, like, a little bit more have the ball on a string is encouraging to see. Because if we remember, we were having problems with him last year, even bringing the ball up the floor. So I think that's a very encouraging sign and shows that hopefully he's a guy who wants to eventually take that next step.
No, Chris, that's a good point. I looking at Ryan Rollins, like, last year, Ryan Rollins, there were games where we were like, we wanted Ryan Rollins to play, and then he finally gets an opportunity and he is played. Then I think he was dealing with the shoulder too. They kind of, some games was thrown off a little bit, and he had a defensive presence because he always, you almost like I was thinking about Ryan Rollins last year as like in the quarterback terms, like a game manager. Like, hey, get us up the floor, get us in the offense, hit the occasional shot, let's keep pushing. The occasional drive to the basket. I am expecting this year, and again, not because I want him to, but I'm talking for the Milwaukee Bucks to be good, he has to. Again, I get it. We're talking about depth. We're talking about all these things the Bucks have. Like, he's going to have to be good. Like, he's going to play this year. He's going to have to step up and make plays and not turn the ball over and get to the basket and get to the midi and hit that three and defend. He's going to have to do all of those different things. Like, he is part of, when we talk about the youth movement, and again, I think if we were, remember we were talking about, remember the term gap year? Remember, if we were actually going to have a quote unquote gap year, this is what I would love to be like, hey, this is a year for Ryan Rollins to go out and really work on his game and show us all the things. And then next year, watch out, because Ryan Rollins is going to be ready to go. What has Giannis been telling you? Hey, this might be it. This might be the last hurrah. I mean, again, I know we talk about Shams and all Shams and all these different reports. Like, we have to be cognizant and realizing this might be it for this. I mean, it is it for like the 2021 Bucks are done outside of what Giannis, Thanasis, and Bobby. And I don't know, and who knows if Bobby makes it through the rest of the year. I don't know. So I guess, but what I'm saying is there is no gap year. Ryan Rollins has to ball now. And if you thought there was going to be some time for him to step into a role and get himself up to speed, that time is gone. So I'm encouraged by what I saw from him. I really am. I like what he did. The other guy I want to talk about, because I know everybody loves to talk about him, is Kyle Kuzma. I will say this about Kyle Kuzma, and we can talk about his shooting, and I'll be the first to say, shot the ball poorly today. I mean, absolutely, it was 2 for 10. He wasn't good. But you know what I didn't see that I was impressed with? I don't think I saw one of those wild, stupid, throw it off the backboard, take this shot and just run to the rim fast as you can and just lay it up and not touch the rim when you I don't think I saw one of those idiotic plays today. Like, he was under control. Again, he missed shots. But to me, it's about shot quality. I do this all the time when I'm watching the game with the wife. I tell her, I don't ever get mad at guys missing shots. I get mad at bad shots. So what I'm looking for is shot quality. And if you take good threes in rhythm, in rotation, in the way they're supposed to be taken, it's a make or miss league. Like, sometimes you're gonna hit shots, sometimes you're not. And again, you can't make a living off that. But what I'll say is everything that Kuzma shot, those were good in rhythm threes. He missed them. He missed a lot of shots, but everything was good. He rebounded the ball well. He had 4 assists. And again, when you get him into that role where this year was a little bit different, but when you get him into that role where he is truly, I don't know, we call him point forward or what you want to call him, when he's in that I'm just saying, that's what they're talking about. When he's in that grouping, and with Bobby being there as well, because that everybody shifts back a spot in the rotation, that might be something. When he's under control, again, he's not a. Let me say this. There's we would say I wish JT was here. He'd back me up. When they was talking to Trump, and Trump was telling you about the affordable care, he said, you got a plan. He said, well, we got concepts of a plan. There's concepts of a good player in Kyle Kuzma. We got to find it and flush it out. But you got to hit shots. So that's the end of the story. Got to hit shots. But I was impressed. Decision making this so far, I like the decision making aspect of what he looked like, especially tonight.
Well, you have to wonder if also just a full off season may have helped with his processing. Like today, it just looked like he actually belonged. Maybe even kind of looks like he's in a little bit of better shape than he was about a half a year ago. So I mean, it's hard to tell.
I can ask, what the hell's? Well, I'm sorry. I meant to say, what the hell's going on with him though? what's up with his head? And I'm not gonna like something.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I don't know. He looked odd to me. And then did you notice? Maybe it's just me. It almost like his mouth like blue, like almost like he even like
fun dip.
like he been sucking on Jolly Ranchers. And out my bad. Go ahead.
It's probably the blue Gatorade.
Yeah, it was, and nobody else looked like that. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, it is kind of wild. It looks like he's bald out there with the bright blonde hair. But no, I do think there's maybe some truth to that, of like a full offseason around the guys, around a younger energy group that also has some veteran leadership in there that maybe has him on his game. Hopefully he wasn't doing too many model shoots and all that this summer, but it does look like he's processing the game faster, which is pretty encouraging after, like you said, Trey, all the bonehead stuff that was going on last year. And you're right, he missed a lot of shots tonight, and they weren't pretty at most of, like a lot of times leaving them short. A lot of times just sound like gunshots off of the back of the, but at the end of the day, like they were good shots today. So I'm okay with that. And he looks like very, very physically imposing down there too. Like pause. But he looks good on the boards, and so I'm willing to see what happens. Obviously, I'm not going to just pencil him into the starting lineup. I think that front court is already set.
No, hell no.
And we figured the way that they want to play is 3 guards, and I think that'll work. So off of the bench, I think it's a good role for him.
Hey, I want to rewind back. I answered the Kuzma thing, but I want to rewind back to 2 quick things. So first off, holla at me November 15th. If that energy and effort is like that with Bobby, we may have a different conversation about it. It's different with Giannis doing all this BS he doing over there with all the other stuff.
Wait, say it. What I missed? What do you?
I'm saying if Bobby is still coming with this lackadaisical stuff by November 15th, when these games actually matter, that's a different conversation we got to have there, right?
Okay, gotcha.
To rewind back to Chris's point about Ryan Rollins and also Terry Bolden, I agree with a lot of what he said. Ryan Rollins, well, he said Ryan should start. I think you can see Ryan playing himself into a starting role if he keeps this up. That's a young man that looked like he really took the offseason and his flaws very seriously and worked his ass off to get to where he is. And I'm immensely impressed. And if he continues to progress like this, there is a point where you might see him starting in. You need a spark off the bench. I guess that's going to get a little crazy if you had KPJ, Kuzma, and Portis in there. So then you'd have to look at moving somebody because you can't have that much coming off the bench, I don't feel like. As far as Kuzma, I mean, I know it's going to be unpopular opinion as always. If you say anything other than he sucks, he shouldn't be here, he's terrible. Look at the way he dressed. Look at his...
You might as well hang the jersey back up behind you.
Yeah, he switched numbers on, man. I can't buy that new one. That was just a statement to say that we're gonna support the guy that's on the team now, man. That's a good one to wear, like, well, cutting the grass, I guess, or something. But like, I need Kuzma to bring that energy that he brought when he was playing good hard-nosed defense on Luka Doncic when he was going crazy on us. I don't need him to score, what does he average, 17 a game or something like that? I just need him to get buckets when it's necessary and when he has the open shots and make some of them. I agree with a lot what you said, Trey, as far as sometimes you're just going to miss the open shot. We see guys do that on both teams and on all teams in the NBA. So I'm okay with it. I'm excited to see what Kuzma does. I think a big thing, everything that you gentlemen mentioned, but also he knows where he is. He knows what his role is. The dude on the radio told me it was crazy. Mm-hmm. I think he has less pressure on him this year because you're not traded in the middle of the season for, I mean, depending on what year you were born, Chris Middleton could be on your Mount Rushmore of Bucks players. That pressure's gone now. You're here, you're a Buck, and we gonna run with you, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there, 100%. Maddie said I disagree. We need as much shooting as possible with this team. Kuzma is just terrible. OKC left him open, and he kept leaving them short. Will Lincoln said, "Bro, seeing the emo lips."
Lipstick?
I don't know what it was. Something odd going on in. I don't know. It was something odd going on in the mouth area for Kuzma. Terry Bolden said Ryan should start over KPJ. KPJ's better than. Yeah, you mentioned that. Talk about that too. I don't know. I think again, KPJ has that ability. Like, and again, we'll
It's the
see because
ceiling.
yeah, it's the ceiling, and I want to see. Like I said, Ryan Rollins looked really good to me, but I want to see, or at least what I'm saying is, I've seen KPJ and when you talk about the ceiling and things he can do, there's just a difference in a guy who, again, calling him tween hezzies. Like, that is what he is. But again, he's got to, to me, the only way I can see him losing his spot is if you turn the ball over. And if you can't control the turnovers as a point guard, there is going to be a problem with KPJ. So they've got to get a handle on that and get that figured out.
But the best thing with that is, though, Trey, is like you have options now if that does happen. So, like, worst case scenario, you're looking at subbing in, I mean, really defense for offense at that point, but also still maintaining a decent level of offense if you're going to bring in Ryan Rollins, if you're going to bring in Cole Anthony to replace him if things go awry. So, like, that's not a bad situation to be in for the Bucks, to be able to have those two guys that essentially can play the point guard for us if KPJ is if we're all just wrong and it goes wrong.
Well, the only reason I say I think it could be a bad situation is because I think they've all got to play really well. Like, I don't think you can afford for. I see what you're saying. Like, yeah, okay, well, if he's not playing, well, we slide in Rollins or we slide in Cole Anthony. But I think you're in trouble if all those guys are not playing at a very high level from a guard perspective.
Yeah.
And the other thing that it gives you, though, is because, I mean, we know it's an 82-game marathon, and there's going to be guys that'll miss a game here or there. So you have depth now, where if KPJ had to sit out a couple games for, I don't know, a pulled whatever, you got guys that can come on the floor, and you shouldn't lose that intensity, and you shouldn't be able to lose that production on the floor. And that's what I'm excited to see, man.
Al-Farouq Aminu for three, hopping in. Where's this guy for Al-Farouq? Because the only reason I know Al-Farouq is because he played for Wake Forest. That's just such a. I mean, he played for the Hawks too.
Is that Portland? Is that Portland? Well, so we've seen. Yeah, he did. So we've seen Al-Farouq Aminu for three in our chat before. But
yeah, he's been in chat. Yeah.
So I hope. I mean, I'm glad to see him popping by. If he's I know he was actually one of the sane Dame fans, Dame bros.
Okay.
So. Hopefully,
maybe that makes sense as to why we're getting Al-Farouq stuff in here.
What's the date?
Say what?
What's the date? What time is it?
What time?
I want y'all to mark this down in history.
So, well, I don't know what the date is. I don't know. It's
October. It's October 14th, 2025, in the year of the Lord. 18 Eastern Standard Time. Maddie, you finally got a comment I 100% agree with. F. Tyrese Halliburton is dead. Keep going.
But for Maddie, yes, we did see Tyrese, and they man, that's such a weird, but it's so crazy. Let me just okay, since we're on the Tyrese thing, I was gonna wait, but
I'm sorry.
The crazy on the Tyrese thing is the Halliburton is you wear the Cubs jersey. Then you wear the Dodgers jersey. You're on a bench. You're not playing for the entire year. You're out. Nobody is thinking about you. Nobody is worried about you. Like, ain't nobody talking about you. You bring attention to yourself because the Brewers didn't let you throw out the first pitch and you're still salty about it. You bring attention to yourself, and then that's the crazy thing about it. When you receive the attention you asked for, and Bucks and / Brewers fans then start to go, hey, why are you doing that? And we show you, we're like, hey, we weren't thinking about you, but since you're on the radar, yeah, F you too. And then his fans come in and like, oh, y'all, it's really because you he eliminated you twice and we rent free. No, fool, you literally were begging for people to talk about. Like, I don't know. I guess I just don't understand that whole piece of I'm begging for you to talk about me, and then we talk about you, and then it's like as if it was unprovoked. Like, no, you asked for it and you got exactly what you asked for. So again, enjoy the rehab, big fella. Hey, listen, I don't wish nothing bad on him, but I don't think his killer's gonna be the same. I don't wish it on him. I just don't think it's gonna happen. I think he's done. I think he will be a shell of himself. I don't ever think he'll get back to what he was going to be. I don't think he'll ever get back to it. Ever. It
screams, look at me. Look at me. I'm over here. I want you to look at me. That's why he's going on McAfee and he's talking the stuff that he's talking and all that stuff, man. Like, let's focus on the real new future of Indianapolis. It damn sure ain't Tyrese. Let's talk about Cam Jones. We ain't talking about you, Tyrese. You in this team, you in that team. Who you gonna cheer for? Who you gonna cheer for when the Brewers get eliminated? Oh, then you got your solace. I don't know, man. And I don't know why you would expect the Brewers after Milwaukee feels like you disrespected us as a city to let you throw out the first pitch. You're not Tyler Hero. You're not embracing the Brewers. You're not. What's your boy name for Golden State? Podinski. What's his name?
Podzinski. Yeah.
Yeah, Pipe Bomb's brother. He got a ski on there, so he got to be related to Orlovsky. But you're not him. Those guys are locked in, tuned into the Brewers. Tyler Hero designed the hats for the Brewers and stuff like that. You that dude that always is a me guy. Look at me. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm doing this. That's probably why you wasn't really that. Never mind. I ain't gonna talk about him in AAU in Milwaukee, but you wasn't that good in AAU. That's why Wisconsin ain't want you. That's why Marquette ain't want you. We actually took Tyler Hero after you, and when he decommitted, we was like, nah, just go stay out there in Iowa State where you belong. Great career though. Hey, you eliminated the Bucks twice from the playoffs. Absolutely amazing. You'll have that. Will they put that on the wall in their house? How do you hang those badges?
Yeah, well, it probably put it on a towel with his dad, so he has a towel that he can just always remember that he eliminated the Bucks a couple times. So enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's embarrassing. Like, this is a preseason game, and you're already, wearing the opposing team of who the Brewers are playing in the playoffs. Like what are we doing? Like, Trey, you're exactly right. I didn't even really think about him at all. I didn't think about the Pacers at all. Thinking about who their best player is going to be, it does not cross my mind, even in a couple of years when he's back, that it's going to be him. So they're on the verge of probably maybe even making the playoffs this year. So he's going to have a lot to celebrate when he's in Cancun, because it's going to be rehab. So I mean, it's terrible. It's stupid. He's dumb.
Can I say one last thing too?
Of course.
So not only is it this Tyrese Halliburton stuff, since we got on the Pacers for a second, but then they're coupling it in with, oh, well, enjoy Miles Turner here. You're going to be a 7 seed. Miles Turner is terrible. Miles Turner just helped lead y'all to the finals. Like, am I gonna root? I'm on a tangent now. I'm sorry. Am I going to root for whoever if they leave the Bucks? Probably not. But am I going to diminish anything that any said player did here as a Buck because he went somewhere else? I wasn't bashing Brandon Jennings and like, oh, that 55-point game was nothing. Yeah, he got traded or whatever the situation was. He went to Detroit. Hey, good luck to you. You Bucks in 6 forever. See you, Tim Thomas, whoever it may be.
Andrew Bogut. Anybody bash Andrew Bogut?
Not at all.
No. Only person I think anybody ever bashed was JJ Redick.
Oh, for sure. He deserved it. Yes,
he deserved it.
Worst coach in the NBA, too.
Darvin
Roberts Jr.
It's more of an indictment on the Pacers as a whole that Miles Turner went and picked the team that they beat for 2 years in a row, because he knows they're in such peril right now. He knows that, and that's why he picked us.
Let me ask you this, because this is a topic online. People are talking about, and again, I'm not even bringing this up, so I don't want the Dame Bros. I'm not bringing this up. I'm telling you, I heard it. It was interesting. It was true. What do you think about? Because again, you see Miles Turner. I mean, I don't know if you've been following him on socials, but you talk about being invested in the city from the moment you got here. He's at Brewers games. He's walking around. He's meeting people. He wants to know where the best restaurants are. He's like, he wants to do everything he can do in Milwaukee.
Packers game.
Which now that's the opposite of I sat in my room and play and listen to play music and listen to video games because I couldn't do anything because I was so depressed.
The boxing class.
Boxing, right? So I'm just asking. I just want to get your thoughts on, like, is it something or is it nothing that the way Miles Turner has come to Milwaukee and embraced the city and embraced the team and embraced what it looks like from the beginning, from the very start. what he's looking to do in Milwaukee versus the way talking about he who will not be said came to Milwaukee kicking and screaming and had to do it. And then right, Maddie, he dropped this. He dropped some terrible music the other day too.
Oh,
You out here?
girl.
I don't know if you saw that. Oh Lord, you talking about? I'm glad he out of town. Oh Lord, that music was terrible. But anyway,
I should have dropped that in the chat, man. I want to hear that.
I'll send it to you. It's trash. But I guess what do you take of that? Like how Miles Turner has come in versus bringing Dame in, kicking and screaming.
Well, I think it's more like, again, it's just an indictment on who Dame is as a person. Like, he didn't get his first wish to go to Miami because they couldn't afford him, and then he goes to the Midwest, and I mean, it can't be much worse than Portland. Like, really, like seriously, like Portland can't be much but trees and snow. Like, so I don't really understand the difference between Portland and the Midwest. Maybe I'm not well traveled enough. But at the end of the day, like, I think there is a little bit of a difference with Miles Turner coming over from Indiana for 8 years or however long he was there, or 10 years, 11 years, whatever it was. But at the end of the day, like, I mean, I do think that Miles Turner is just a little less just of a big shot, honestly. Like, I think he's a genuine guy. Do I think that about Dame? Hell no. Hell no. I don't think that about Dame, not one bit. So there's my take on it.
I like the comment from Mac. He says, these boys went from Dame makes us attended to talking mad shit. True homers, God bless. Hey, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was born in the mill. But one thing I can tell you, Mac, and tell the rest of you Dame fans, is when he came to the mill, we embraced him. We was playing his music in the whip. I got the Dame Dollar Adidas joint. I got the they was playing it in traffic. I got the hoodie. I got the hoodie and all that stuff, man. We embraced him. But the thing is, I don't know if Dame, I think Dame mentally had some stuff going on with his divorce. Not going to take anything away from him from that. But just the energy that Miles brought, he brought a lot of that. The reason why they call Bobby the Mayor energy, right? He's at a Packers game with a cheesehead on, and he's a Dallas Cowboys fan. That's crazy. He's at the Brewers game. I don't know if it's genuine. Bobby was on his phone in the first row. We're going to give Bobby a pass for that. And Trey, I watched the highlights back. I was like, damn, this brother was on his phone every highlight too. It's terrible. And it's a 2-1 game with
it was bad.
He didn't run every pitch, man. And the way I'm throwing stuff around in his man cave and stuff like that is crazy, right? But Miles just came in with the energy, and he's going to make it his city. And I love it. And I'm excited to root for him. I was excited to root for Dame. I'm not going to give the shade that he got or whatever. I just really go. We're going to chalk it up to the divorce, and we're going to say that, hopefully Dame will do better and get back to Portland and have a good life there. And, he can watch it. We got him an NBA Cup or whatever it was. So let's we'll celebrate.
Why are you being nice? Come on. Let's be honest here. He gave us really nothing. Like, honestly, he gave us nothing. Like, the fact that he was so up and down for multiple regular seasons, the fact that, I mean, yeah, he was in and out of the lineup, hurt all the time. Like, let's just call a spade a spade. Like, he was checked out when he was here, and we did him a service by cutting him because he just didn't want to be here. So I'm glad to have the next guy that does.
No, go ahead.
Sorry. Shout out to my guy E-Dub. I saw that Watch Yourself come in there. He's talking about because he's a Cowboys fan. I was talking about with the cheesehead on. Shit, Eric, we need to get you a cheesehead too, dog. Go ahead, Trey, my bad.
No, Will Logan says showed up late to his own Welcome to Milwaukee event by 2 hours. Made no effort in the city, said, and he didn't care, period. Well, again, remember that first year, to your point, Chris, he was out of shape year one. Yeah. So again, I think he came in shape year two. Listen, again, the issue with Dame, and I'll leave it alone. Dame was good. He was good. He just was not. He wasn't a superstar, which is what we thought we traded for. We thought we traded Drew Holiday. Since MacMan says, "Are you guys going to finally admit the Drew Dame trade was a bust?" We thought we had traded for a superstar, and we did not. We traded for a really good offensive player. I think he averaged 25 or whatever, which is great numbers. But again, you lose on defense, and he was hurt. Smaller guard, it just didn't work out. Are you going to admit that the Drew Dame trade was a bust? It didn't work, but again, I would do it.
They had to take a
Hindsight's always
swing.
20/20. Yeah, I would do it again. No, without knowing what you know, was it the correct move to make at the time? There's no question. And you're lying to yourself if you say you wouldn't have done it, because I absolutely would have done it again. There's no question about it. I would have definitely made that move.
Yeah, I just don't know. Last thing for me, I just don't know what changed from like a couple of years prior to the actual trade, because it seemed like by all accounts that Dame wanted to play with Giannis. Like we saw that interview he did with GQ or whatever it was, where he's naming that he would want to play with Giannis or they'd be good together, and he just got there and it didn't seem like that was necessarily the case. So that's the last thing I'll have to say on him.
I'm gonna wear my NBA Cup T-shirt proudly this year sometime to the gym in my hat and enjoy it. Dame is one of the best players in all time of NBA history. That's why he's top 75 at 75.
Yeah, no question.
We didn't get that in Milwaukee though.
Nope.
And I'm not even going to say we didn't get it. Maybe we saw spurts of it, but Dame and Giannis just wasn't the fit that we all thought it would do. However, Mac, I absolutely make that trade, and I 100 times make it. And you know what it did get? It bought us a couple more years with Giannis to try to figure out what's going on in the future. So you have to make that trade or potentially. And was the Drew trade a bust? I don't know, man. It's not like Drew went to Boston and his career took an upswing. He fit a role for that team and played very well in that role. And we'll see what he does in Portland. But he's mid-30s now, too, so I think his better days are behind him. We'll forever love Drew.
Yep.
I'll probably be the only one on the set that forever loves Dame.
Yeah, no, 100%. I don't think, again, even on the Drew thing, like Drew wasn't the reason Boston won a title next year. Like, he wasn't the reason. He played well in the finals, a couple games, all them layups that he had, but that one game. But I think he was
a lot of injuries that year too.
Say what?
A lot of injuries that year too, but that's fine.
Yeah, no. So I don't think it would. Again, I don't think it would have worked anymore with Drew. And again, don't let me. You can talk about he was a proven winner all you want. I never forget your boy Jimmy Butler coming in and telling them I own you, and just absolutely that was disgusting what Jimmy Butler did to Drew Holiday.
Said, I own you.
Yeah, exactly. And he did. And that's the other reason why I don't. This is the other reason why I think I hate this whole. You guys hate Halliburton because he beat you 2 times in a row. Like what I'm telling you, what Jimmy Butler did was so much more disrespectful to the Milwaukee Bucks than what, from a game-on-game perspective, than what Tyrese Halliburton did with a couple basic game winners at the end. Jimmy Butler whooped the ass, came back, and did, like, remember the comeback for Indiana wasn't sparked by Halliburton. It was sparked by Neesmith and Nembhard and them boys. That's what sparked it. Halliburton put the exclamation point and won the game at the end. Jimmy Butler was Neesmith, Nembhard, and Halliburton all combined. And guess what? He didn't just talk about it at the end like a front runner. He told you he was down and was telling Drew Holiday exactly what he was going to do to him. So it was a totally different. And guess what? Do you think we sit around and cry about Jimmy Butler and be like, oh, Jimmy? No, it is what it is. It's the front running that we don't respect. It's the Indiana Pacers front running. That's what we don't respect. It ain't about getting beat. We got beat in Miami. Ended our season a couple times. So it's not about that. I want to move on before we go ahead.
One last thing on the Indiana thing. Funny thing is, Miles Turner, first few weeks in Milwaukee, threw out the first pitch for the Milwaukee Brewers. I just find that hilarious. Shout out to Halliburton, though.
Good.
Still ain't absolutely. Got one. He
can
throw it out for the Indianapolis Indians.
Matt says Drew and D-White were the only reason Celtics won championship. I disagree completely. I disagree completely. Yeah, disagree completely. I couldn't disagree more with that statement. I want to keep going. I want to kind of get this thing to a close here tonight. Appreciate all your comments, everybody. I did want to ask this. We talk about this roster at the end. We'll talk about the end of this roster. Chris Livingston didn't play tonight, did he? Mm-mm. So I don't think he's going to make this team. It looks like Amir Coffey's going to make this basketball team. I want to ask you, did AJ? Well, 2 questions. They're separate, but I'm gonna ask it once. Has Ajax done enough? We talked about the improvement between Ryan Rollins. Do you think Ajax makes this basketball team, or is he going to be one of those odd men out because you had to add in your boy Thanasis? And then I also asked you, what do you think about the move the Milwaukee Bucks made to bring in your boy Alex Antetokounmpo with
Dayton
a two-way
Flyers,
deal?
right?
Hey, Dayton Flyers.
No, that's Costas.
No, that's Costas.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. He's coming next.
I wouldn't surprise it. And they say France is about to DJ. But go ahead.
Has Ajax done enough to make the team? See, I don't know, because you have guys at the end of the bench that you're still holding on to that you may want to give a shot longer than you want to give Ajax another year. Like, can we see what we get out of an early second round pick in Tyler Smith? Can we see what we get out of
another guy who isn't playing?
Did not play, yeah. But I mean, shoot,
I think they gave up on him.
Did they? That's what you think?
I think that's what it seems like. Hold on, I'm sorry, but he was just a second round pick in drafts where you don't have a bunch of picks anyway, just 2 years prior, and he's not playing in the preseason. I don't know how to take that other than they're done with him. But
well, then they should have done that with Ajax a long time ago, because he really didn't improve anything offensively. I mean, the chat's saying it. I saw it the first night we did the first game back. So, like, the first preseason game back. So I just don't see a role with him now on the way that this team wants to play. The way that this team wants to play is, yes, obviously he fits defensively, but if he can't handle the ball, if he can't pass the ball outside of a dribble handoff, if he can't find his own shot in the slightest bit, then what is he here for realistically? Like, I'm sure maybe another team will take a flyer on him and it'll be another Marjon Beauchamp situation where he doesn't get any run anywhere else because he's not a good player. Like, let's just be honest. The athleticism can get you so far in college. The athleticism can get you to be a key piece on a good championship team. But in the NBA, it's different. You need to have some skill. You need to be able to develop that offensive game, and he just hasn't been able to do it. So, I mean, I'm all for trimming him off of the roster at this point.
So I think we just need to get his mug out right now before he cut. I don't know how y'all brothers want to do it. I just say the first person say they want the picture, we'll send it to you. DM Trey your address, DM one of us your address. You get the Ajax picture, because I don't think I was gonna try to hold
and a $5 bill in it just to take it.
I mean, maybe we got a UConn fan in there. I thought the kid played real well at UConn, man. He showed us flashes of brilliance, but if you can't get on the floor and you can't be a defensive stopper, good.
I did get the sit book for the record, but
if you can't be a defensive stopper, you're struggling to hit a shot. I don't know, man. I really hope Chris Livingston makes the roster, though. I mean, I'm a much more of a fan of him than Coffee. I just still think that he has some opportunity to grow. He showed some bright spots there. Livingston. He showed some bright spots in the preseason games at the end, especially against the Miami game. I saw a couple, good buckets here and there. And then Summer League, I thought he showed a lot.
He didn't really fit the mold either, by the way.
Well, I think he fits the mold. I guess my question, as always, and has been for the last 2 years, is what does he do well? I don't know what I just don't know what I don't know what he does well as a basketball player. He's an athlete. I think he should try out rugby or something like that. Australian rules football, strong athletic player. Go do that and see if your athleticism can pay off for you. I don't know the technical skills. Shit, edge rusher. Hey, tight end. I don't know if he can catch, but man,
can he bat in the 3-hole? We'll send him to the Brewers.
Something.
Jeez. I think, man, I really think like Coffee is probably both of those guys' ceiling though now. Because, I mean, the thing about it is when you look on every NBA roster, everybody from 1 through 15 is super athletic to an extent. So, I don't know, man. I hate to see it, but and we may have to I don't think anybody in the chat wants it. So if none of y'all want it, it's cool. I got a homie that's a big UConn fan. We'll give it to him, and we'll keep it moving, man.
Again, if anybody wants that, show him one more time. Just give him a second. Show him one more time this Ajax signed picture of Andre Jackson Jr. If you want it, send it. Say, hey, I want this picture. we will get it out to you. You send us the address, whatever, we'll get it out to you. So again, that's still on the table if you want it.
So we need to cut 2 more players, though, right?
Yeah, so I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be Livingston and Ajax. Those are, I think, the 2 cuts.
So they're keeping Tyler Smith. That's what you were saying.
But Tyler Smith, is he on? I don't know what somebody in the chat know exactly what the deal is on how many players are need to be cut or will be. Man, you said we're
at 17 and we got to get down to 15.
You said we good on the picture. It's crazy.
Where is it? I missed that.
She said we good on. Okay. Yeah, that threw me off. Let me ask this. I want to get to the question about Alex. Do you think that again? I'm set. I think Giannis is going to be on the team for the rest of the year. Do you think? Let me ask you this: do you think Giannis is requesting that like Alex Antetokounmpo is on the team, that the Thanasis are on the team, or do you think the Bucks are just doing that on their own and saying, "Hey, here you go. Here's a solid. We'll put your brothers on the team." Like, how do you think that's? Is somebody like wink? Not like do I like? Okay, I don't think Giannis is going to John Horst and saying, "Hey, find a way to get my bros over here on the team." I don't think he's doing that. I don't think he's no. I don't. You think he's in it? You think he's going to his
So
office?
I'm going to
like,
give JT some spotlight here, and what JT said was that man Giannis moved his family so he can chill with the brothers in Milwaukee for a couple of years. So I'm going to say that has some merit to it. I'm going to say that he wants to be in that living situation with his brothers while his family's across the pond, and say that Giannis, for sure, we got a 2-way spot, Mark Sears, and then one more available. Okay, yeah, let's do Alex. I'm sure that's what he did. I guarantee it. He probably did that.
You think he would? I just wonder if he really. I just wonder if he really is that. I mean, that's pretty bold to go in there and be like, "Yo, I need my bros in here," or if it's like
it may have been a little politer of a suggestion, but it might have been a suggestion. I'm just saying they probably had a 2-way spot available. Let's go. Well, they waived Bouye. So then
Bouye.
So then it's like, all right, yeah, we got one open. Hey, my brother's a free agent, by the way.
Because there's no way that like I don't know. There's no way that he leaves the Bucks in the middle of the season and his brothers are still in Milwaukee. Like to me, if he left,
deal we can get.
Yeah, no, if he left. No, I'm trading. You need to take them two. You taking both of them too. Like you're not. So I don't know how that works. I just don't know how that works. But that's interesting. You think that Giannis is really pulling the strings? Like, yo, bro's got to be here.
To practice. So it's
King says King thinks that the Bucks are doing this, not Giannis. I actually think, and again, I do go that Giannis makes a lot of decisions. I just have a feeling this is one where the Bucks are more like, yo, we're trying to show him that we can do this. Go ahead, Justin.
I think it's 50-50. I think they sat down and Giannis was like, they asked Giannis, what would it take to keep you in Milwaukee for the duration of your contract? Because I don't think he's gone next year either. I think he's gone when the contract ends. I think he'll play it out. If you saw the stuff that he posted in Greece about how he wanted to win another championship for Milwaukee, This team goes out and they play the level that we think they're going to play at. Now, I'm not going to call him a NBA champion or anything, but I think that, right dominoes falls the right place. The right hamstring goes in the right direction. We might have an opportunity to sneak out of an East. You've seen darker horses do it before.
Injuries are a big part of this. You're 100% right. Yeah, and I think, like you said, it's all about putting yourself in a position to being able to take advantage if somebody is injured. And I think the Bucks I think the Pacers absolutely did that. Dame goes down and boom, here we go. That catapults them to jump on this run. Tatum goes down and boom, Knicks easily push right through. So I mean, it's about setting yourself up to be in that position because you never know what happens when you get there.
I did have a question for both of y'all though, and then we can go. I'm sorry for really not trying to hear this Brewers post game, to be honest with you. But serious, real question. So when we're not hitting the threes like tonight, how are we gonna score the basketball?
That's a good question. That's a great question, Justin. And honestly, it's gonna be Giannis is gonna have to do Giannis things. That Justin is probably my biggest concern with this basketball team is how are you going to score when the threes aren't falling? And again, I think again, I'm not saying that they're gonna turn into what the Celtics were, but I think that I what the Celtics do when the threes weren't falling, you know what they did? They kept shooting them. It was like they were down 15. It's like it's like plan A don't work. You got to go to plan B, and the Celtics plan B was reinforce plan A, and that's how they played. And a lot of times, as your boy Mike Budenholzer like to say, the numbers, you trust the numbers, and the numbers will eventually make their way to you. And I think that's a lot of what the Bucks are going to do. With again, the wild card they have is they have a bully and a bowling ball that can get to the basket and do whatever he wants to do, and maybe that can sustain you. But yeah, I think that's a lot of what they're going to do is they're going to keep pulling.
Well, you also saw, when you speak about having a wild card, you saw that at the very beginning of the game tonight where it was, threes weren't falling, but Giannis had, 7 of the first 10 points, something like that, and he's getting to the line, and that does set a tone in a sense. So I think at least you have that option to go to. The Celtics weren't going to dump it down to Kristaps Porzingis and get remotely close to any of what Giannis can provide you. So I think part of that is their roster construction. They had to do that. They had to keep shooting because you knew it wasn't going to be Tatum or Brown doing something like Giannis. So, yeah, I just think that, that is definitely a concern for me as well. But I do think that having Giannis makes it a little bit more bearable than a team like the Celtics.
Yeah, I think AJ Green probably puts up 7, 8 threes a game this year. I think he will average shooting 7 or 8 threes a night. Gary Trent Jr. is going to shoot a ton of threes. Miles Turner is going to shoot a ton of threes. So yeah, it's going to be like I said, I think it's going to be interesting to see what the Bucks look like and how they play and how they decide to and how they decide to roll things out. Lag says when Rollins came out at the end, I just thought we wouldn't score. And again, you saw Sears play well at the end of that game. Your boys can put up threes, Pete Nance. So they had those guys working as well. I don't know if anybody have anything else before we get ready to wrap here. All right. We did want to give you guys again programming notes separate. I don't know if you saw, did post and got the news today that all your T's and Q's canceled. I don't know if you saw the 973. The game has gone under for the most part. Still shows, I think, airing on 1070 Madison and also some on the iHeart app. So again, all your T's and Q's. Again, who knew Saturday was going to be our last show? It's funny because I was on with Pipe, and Pipe, Pipe said when we got off, we were like, yeah, we good for next Saturday. He was like, yeah, if we have a show. And lo and behold, we did not have a show after that. So again, if you ever joined us, if you texted, called, had a part in it at all, again, we appreciate it. Chris King, appreciate you, of course, on the show. JT doing what he did for us. The Q who would never who left us but was still on as in the title. Quentin Miller. Shout out to him. Shout out to our guy Nick Artinian, who was basically our Chris before Chris. Who is now doing I think he does video work for Ohio State. So again, appreciate him. Justin, you filled in the guest spots a couple times for producers. Pipe. We had Hunter Baumgart, Tim Scott for giving us the opportunity to jump into the saddle and do some stuff. Doug Russell for producing our show. Josh Albright for producing our show at one point in time. Armin Serenian for producing our show at one point in time. So again, if you joined us on Saturdays, Dave Gasper, Andrew Ludwig, if you ever joined us and were a part of that show at all, we appreciate it. And again, truly from the bottom of my heart, appreciate you guys for joining us. It was 5 years, a long time to do radio. We've been doing that. We're doing this since basically the pandemic in 2020. So again, appreciate it. Appreciate you guys for joining the Creep City crossover. I'll give you guys any final words. I don't know. Let me ask. Are we gonna do a show? Are we gonna do a preseason show? Or are we just gonna roll right into the season next Wednesday?
I'm down to do a preseason show. Look, because
Maybe video or yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
video or preseason show, because we're gonna have some roster moves that we're gonna have to address.
Yeah.
And,
Good point.
We have that, and then just get the fellas back in the building again. We get JT back at some point for that. So yeah, I think that'd be good. And then the last thing I'll say is there would be no Cream City crossover without On Your T's and Q's. So
very true.
Want to make that point, and congratulations on a very successful show. It was a fun time working on it. I had a great time every Saturday morning, and you guys deserved it all. I mean, you guys are entertaining. This is why we're able to get viewers in here watching us here, and so we got ahead of the curve. We got something to lean on, baby. So we're good.
There we go.
Yeah, I just feel like Saturdays won't be the same anymore. There's something good to start out, especially like if the Badgers had a late game, football-wise or basketball-wise. You can get the T's and Q's stuff on. You get the laughs. It really sucks what's going on at iHeartRadio and 97.3. My heart and prayers go out to all those guys. We saw it before. If you are from Milwaukee, if you listen to Sports Talk Radio with WSSP, The Fan, at one point where they all lost their jobs. And, I mean, one thing to think about, you may disagree with the four of us. You may disagree with some of those guys on the air. But just please keep those guys in your thoughts and prayers, because that's their job. That's their careers. Some of those guys have family. New kids are on the way. Gentlemen signed leases to apartments and stuff. And it just sucks, man. Milwaukee sports radio is really great. We just need one of these teams to do it again like 21, man. One of them. Bring it home.
Yeah, well said. Well said. NYC Randy get the last comment of the night. He says, if it was up to me, Bobby and Kuz in that first-round pick, and let's see if we can get a true defensive piece or a scoring threat. I will say this. There's no question, no doubt in my mind, John Horst, if a move can be made, he will look to make it at the deadline. I have no doubt about that he will look to upgrade this roster, see what he can do. But again, I think Cole Anthony might be the signing of the well, of course, outside of Miles Turner, Cole Anthony might be the free agent signing of the summer for the Milwaukee Bucks. Again, we appreciate it, everybody, for jumping in, joining us on another edition of preseason. You guys were here for the preseason. Man, you were sickos here for the preseason. Talking Milwaukee Bucks, Oklahoma City Thunder after Milwaukee Brewers loss going down 0-2 in the NLCS again. So we'll probably have something coming out in the meantime, in between time. But next Wednesday, it starts all up. The NBA is back. It's the Bucks. It's the Wizards. I can't wait to talk to you guys after that one. And hopefully after a big-time Milwaukee Bucks win and we spoil Chris Middleton's homecoming again. I know we're going to have to talk about Chris Middleton Kuzma that show, which is going to annoy me, but then hopefully we'll get past it that one time. But yeah, it'll be a fun night as long as we win. And we get to enjoy some good times that Chris Middleton had for the Milwaukee Bucks. That's it around here. If you joined us, we appreciate it. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that from the bottom of our hearts. If you could keep joining in, tune in, like, subscribe, follow, all that things. It's the best Milwaukee Bucks post-game show in all of the land. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend about the Cream City crossover. This has been a Cream City Media Group production from the Guru Trails Third.
Chris King.
Justin.
Hey, if I am your enemy, it's only because I dare to tell you the truth. Don't take